welcome back to the textbook. Thank you for joining us here. I'm going to start off right away and say definite spoilers for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie. I'm Sam Shaw, and no matter what these people tell you, they are making me do this against my will. I'm a hostage. And,
wow, way to cut off my intro, Sam.
For that you get no lunch tomorrow.
Oh, please, I'm begging you.
Get back down in the dungeon.
Back in your cage where you belong.
Back in your cage. We'll electrify the wall.
Okay. I'm Sam Shaw.
I'm Caleb the pre-edgelord Bacon.
I'm Nathaniel, better audio quality Juan.
And I'm Tavian, the silent one, Miller.
I want to say it so bad.
Okay, thanks again for joining us. So, who would like to start off? We'll do initial thoughts of the movie, and then we'll get a little bit more specific. I thought it was very fun.
I thought that Luis being a bad guy plot twist was so good.
What? I wish.
You know, the part where the UFO landed and the Martians came out, and it turned out that the Martians were actually just the Kree.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
The part where Galactus comes and devours the world in a giant cloud.
And then they get pooped out.
Luis kills Thanos and is the real antagonist of Avengers 4.
Yeah. Jokes aside, though, I actually loved the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Especially coming out of Infinity War, it's like
it was a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it was a perfect breath of fresh air.
To quote Andre the Black Nerd,
wait, did you guys just hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said?
No.
I just said breath of fresh air.
Oh, I honestly heard this breath of fresh air.
Anyway,
I just can't hear. Hearing is hard.
You're not dyslexic. You're just stupid.
I guess.
To quote Andre the Black Nerd, this is the fun Marvel movie we need right now.
It's true. But I also thought it felt like the stakes were higher than the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he had to fight not getting arrested too.
I love the whole the three-way villain thing.
Yeah, I had seen reviews for the movie before, and they mentioned how they didn't like that, and I was going in with lower expectations, but I ended up kind of liking it.
I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm. It actually, this is a little bit obscure, but this is what I thought of, and when we get to a different aspect of the movie, I'll bring this back up, because it's you can use it in two different ways. But in my English class this year, we read Romeo and Juliet, and it's all these different subplots that are gonna come together, and each one is just another problem for Romeo. Almost, it's Romeo's in love with this girl, but this guy wants to kill Romeo, and this other guy is gonna marry Juliet, and blah blah blah. You know?
Oh my!
I don't know if it was subplots, but all right.
I mean, it's kind of obscure, but it's that's almost how I felt. Because my English teacher mentioned all these different problems that he has to deal with. So it's he has Ghost, he has the FBI, he has Sonny Birch, he has taking care of his daughter, you know.
Yeah.
All this different stuff, and then when we get to another key aspect of the movie, I'll bring this back up because it is a similar concept. I absolutely love Louise, by the way.
Best character, hands down.
Cool.
That beloved commercial.
My two biggest laughs in the movie were when Louise rolls down the window and goes, "What's up?" And then he's like, "Don't you remember that beloved commercial?" I can't even say it without laughing. Okay, and then my second big laugh was when Ghost showed up in the room she was spying on them, and she shows up and they all start screaming, and then the Russian dude started singing.
Start singing Baba Yaga.
Yeah. And he starts singing to himself. That was absolutely hilarious. And I need to watch the movie again because the face he made when he screamed was just great. But yeah.
It is a truth serum.
Oh yeah, the truth serum thing.
It is a truth serum.
I don't know how the Indian dude. I don't know why I thought he felt kind of awkward, but I thought the character was funny.
Yeah.
I thought that also.
Mm-hmm.
As did I.
I don't know.
Quadruple that notion.
Yes, I don't know if you guys
Me
did. You guys notice that they used the same theme
Yeah.
from the first
Then,
movie?
when I
Which I
googled
really like.
that song on Spotify, a John Wick track came up. And I was like, what?
Baba
that's
Yaga
actually
lullaby.
in the real soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
At the end, it's him singing the Baba Yaga.
Okay, let's link that.
Oh, I just
I
realized,
will.
why is Janet in the cover art?
Well, because
Because Janet's everywhere.
She's in the movie for like 3 minutes.
Well, but she writes
She's
the wrong.
impotent.
Well,
You don't see your face till the end.
well, Janet Van Dyne has a really small part, but the idea of her, like, she's in
Yeah.
the movie, you know?
I call that like a minor spoiler because we don't see your face until the end of the movie.
Well, it was like something that they could have kept secret, but they just kind of chose not
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Like they
kinda
said,
odd.
she's gonna be in the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now your guess is, what is she gonna do in the?
Yeah.
You have to wait. I just
Although,
I never
She
noticed
wasn't
that.
in the trailers, was she?
No.
She was, but she was in the cast list. She was in the character list.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have shown Ghost in the trailer, though. I think they should have kept her as a surprise.
Well,
Really?
but the scene
What else would they
introducing her
put-
was not a surprise too. It's
No,
just
what-
them walking in the house and they just see that's Ghost sort of thing.
I
No,
I think the most
um,
shocking was her backstory.
Yeah.
I kind of liked her. I didn't love her,
She was fine as a villain.
but what I really liked about her was, like, she wasn't really evil at all.
Yeah.
She just said, "This is what I need to do, and if other people get hurt in the way, like on the way, so be it."
I'm really glad that they did the whole like 3 villain thing because I feel like just Ghost would have been really boring.
I think just Ghost, with the way she was written in this movie,
Oh yeah.
would
Yeah.
not have been good.
No,
if it were if it were just Ghost, they would have really amped her up, I'm sure.
yeah.
She didn't do a lot of assassiny things that I would
Mhm.
think Ghost would do.
I almost liked how you could almost kind of feel bad for her in the one scene, you know,
Yeah.
when she explained, like, "Oh, I'm just like," she was almost just like sick, kind of.
Yeah.
It, like, obviously it's a much smaller scale, but it's almost like Thanos. Like, they try to make you feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I think if I would have one problem with her villain, it would be that she didn't say, "Just bury me in the ocean like my ancestors," because they knew that death was better than bondage.
Well,
That's-
the thing, she
right.
was only half black. So she could say half the quote, but
Doesn't matter.
just bury me in the ocean like my ancestors on my mom's side.
like half my
Because
half my
they-
ancestors
Well,
that death was better than
who were
bondage.
pushed off by my other ancestors.
yeah. Okay. So let's do some comparisons.
Okay.
Ant-Man.
Wait,
and
by the way, did you guys see the CinemaSins video on Black Panther?
I watched part of it, not all of it though. It was too long.
I haven't yet.
Okay, never mind. then.
Anyway, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Which movie is funnier?
Ant-Man one.
Funnier. I haven't seen Ant-Man, but I would think funnier Ant-Man 1.
Yeah.
But overall, best movie Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I think I would have to agree.
Yeah.
However, I think what I was going to ask next, Ant-Man or Ant-Man and the Wasp action, I would say Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because I think because Wasp was there.
Speaking of Wasp, I was going to say, I thought she was great in the movie, but what I liked was she didn't really overshine Ant-Man too much.
They were like, we gotta shove this woman in the movie.
I thought she was really good.
Yeah.
Like I thought they set it up pretty good in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And then in
Mhm.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, I like kind of how it gets right into she's been working as the Wasp for a while now. She knows the ropes.
Yeah.
But also like Ant-Man, it was still clearly an Ant-Man movie.
yes.
Because I had seen, like, there was like an IGN video of the cast reading comments about the movie. And there was like some comments that Paul Rudd was reading that said, like, why is it that the Wasp is so fantastic and Ant-Man is pathetic in this movie? But I didn't really think that was the case.
Yeah. And it kind of fills in the gap between Ant-Man and Civil War on like what happened. Sort of thing.
Yeah, if you hadn't seen Civil War and like didn't know, you would have a hard time in this movie.
I think you would still get it, but you would be like, okay, sort of.
Well, I mean, you would just you would kind of make the connections. Like Ant-Man did something with Captain America in Germany.
You mean Cap?
And yeah, he did something with Cap in Germany. Now he's in trouble. You might not really know.
That shield does not obey the laws of physics at all.
Okay, how about let's think.
Here, let's talk about our favorite youth pastor, Asian Jim.
Yes.
Yeah,
I said this a while ago. If Asian Jim, if he wasn't the guy from Fresh Off the Boat, I would want him to be Mr. Negative.
What's
yes.
What's the actor's name actually?
Yes.
I completely forget. It's something like it's actually like really white, I think.
He's been very Americanized.
Like, let's just look up like Fresh Off the Boat cast list. He should be like the first one.
It's like something woo.
We were talking about this today. He plays like
Randall Park.
he plays
Very white.
he plays the American Asian and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he was Asian Jim in that one episode of The Office. He was on Fresh Off the Boat. Aren't they kind of Asian in that show though? I haven't seen it.
They are, but the dad's really white, the mom's really Asian.
Yeah, the mom's really Asian.
He was that guy in Ant-Man. He was
He's
the
in
dad.
Crazy Rich Asians.
He was the dad in Super Ninjas,
Yep.
which was actually like an amazing show. It was like so bad it's good.
You should rewatch Super Ninjas.
I remember
you must be
they
really good with kids, Yama youth.
I remember they
That was the best line.
they announced like another season of Super Ninjas and it never happened. And I was like,
Darn.
Oh
I was
my.
like,
You must be
excuse me?
devastated.
I mean, this
Sim's
was like,
life is over.
this was like years ago though.
Sam's like when it never came out, it's just like the GTA wasted.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
like falling.
It was like get ready for a new season of Super Ninjas. Like 1 year later, I remember that commercial and I'm like, whoa.
What you say?
What you say? Okay. Okay. You know who else I thought was really good in the movie was
Woman, our queen.
If she breathes, she's a fire.
What did you guys think? What did you guys think of Cassie?
It's fun. Like she was fine.
I thought she was fine.
I thought
I think
I thought
Here,
she
go
was
ahead.
really good. Like I thought, like to be quite honest, I thought she could get a little bit annoying in the first movie.
Yeah.
But
I don't
like,
remember her very much on the first movie.
I mean, I thought she was good in the first movie, but I thought the character could just get a little bit annoying. But like Ant-Man and the Wasp, I thought she was really good.
I like that how like his ex-wife's family is all like they really love him now and stuff like that.
Yeah, they really hated him in the first movie,
Yeah.
but he cleaned up his act.
yeah.
Do you think they're setting up Cassie to be a future Avenger? Because she is a future Avenger in the comics.
X-23.
Well, did they not
Wrong universe.
did they not cast an older Cassie in Avengers 4?
I don't know.
No idea.
I heard that they did. I don't know many of the details, but all I heard was
I mean, I
it
kind of like
might-
that actor as Cassie.
I do too. It might not be for Avengers 4, but for something in the future, there's an older Cassie, which
Huh.
if that's Avengers 4, I mean Avengers 4 doesn't take place that long after Infinity War, so
Mhm.
so that would only continue to confirm the whole moving through time thing.
True.
I don't know if they will do time travel.
At this point, it's hard to not believe it. I don't know how much I like the concept though.
Yeah. I think
Yep.
like time travel would be a great way to introduce mutants. It's like to go back in time, mess with something, and then go back and then, hey, there's mutants here.
Maybe,
They
yeah.
come back
So
in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four are like both a thing.
Yeah.
Or the director of something, it might be Ant-Man and the Wasp, I can't remember, but they suggested if you make a Fantastic Four movie, make it in like the 60s.
Oh,
But-
they could do that.
Thing.
But the
Isn't that when
Fantas-
Captain Marvel takes place?
that's 90s.
Okay.
What I don't get though is because Fantastic Four are so earthbound, it would be impossible to not know about
Yeah.
Captain
could, like,
Marvel. You could
Take
get away
place
with it,
in the negative zone or something like that.
maybe.
Real
Because
question:
that-
how are they going to get Ant-Man out of the quantum realm?
I was actually just going to
Yeah.
get to that. I was going to say
Yeah.
like let's officially talk about that scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I heard that either like someone's gonna go looking for him, like some
'Cause
Avengers.
my wonder is like, how do they know that he's there?
Yeah, so they
Nobody
don't.
does. No one
So they
does.
probably call Scott, like help us
Yeah.
because half of the world is snapped out of existence, sort of. He's not there, so they go look for him or something.
Yeah. So basic recap in case I'm forgetting anything. Basically, they've kind of minimalized the tech so that they can have it in the back of the truck, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they jump into the truck because they can take the energy from the quantum realm and use it to heal Ghost, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So Scott Lang goes in, Hank, Janet, and Hope are all outside.
Mhm.
And Hank is counting down to bring him back, and it cuts out. And he thinks it's a joke. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then cut to the Infinity War death effect.
The dust.
Okay.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
Hank Pym didn't
I
feel
don't
so
want to
good.
go. I don't want to go.
Now, here's what I was expecting. I was expecting some form of a reunion between Hope, Hank, and Janet, and for it to be only Janet who dies, because I thought that would be much more tragic
Oof.
for her to come back and then like a day later die.
But I like Janet Van Dyne.
But I feel like that's what they would do. I was not expecting all three. I thought the Wasp would be like quote alive for the beginning of Avengers 4.
I was expecting all three.
I
I think I was expecting somewhere like how Aunt May gets stuck in the.
I will tell you this: I never, in a million years, would have guessed that happens, and Ant-Man is now stuck in the quantum realm.
Totally. Yeah.
Here's what I was getting to earlier, though. This once again reminds me of what happened in my English class.
Yeah.
So basically, it's all these different problems, and each one has to get solved for this one resolution. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanos escaped. Half of everybody died. Captain Marvel needs to come to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And now Ant-Man stuck in the quantum realm. Nobody knows he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I never would have expected that. My guess for him to get out is either he finds a way to get out from the inside, or Bill something, I don't know
Yeah.
his last name, but Goliath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lawrence
think-
Fishburne's character.
Yeah,
And Ghost
I think
comes after him.
he will probably, because pretty much every scene he was in, he was quantum something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
So-
think our best bet would be Bill getting him out or
Yeah.
Ant-Man getting himself out. Because we've
That-
seen him go into the quantum realm and come back out again.
Yeah,
I feel like he'll get himself out because I can't think of like a situation where like, oh, Ant-Man has to be in the quantum realm.
yeah. If I can't
Well,
find
like,
him, he
if-
must be in the quantum realm.
If they were getting like particles for Ghost, then he would
Yeah.
have known, hey, they're getting particles for Ghost. They never came back out. We should check there or something like that.
Did they know that they were doing it that day though?
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
what I would think is he would assume that Scott Lang died with
It's
the rest
Ghost
of half the world.
Particle Day.
I don't think he would think Scott Lang got stuck in the quantum realm. He would think that Scott Lang died from Thanos'
Yeah.
snap.
He got dusted with everyone else.
Yeah.
Or he could like go and like pick
It's
up
a
the
Vanguard
phone
reference.
and like Oh my! And he could be like, "Hey, Scott is there," and then he would answer.
Okay.
Because there's
Now
still
let's
the phone.
discuss the real post-credit scene.
Oh right, yeah.
I gotta
I
say,
really thought it should have been Isaac Jenkins on the drum set instead of the ant.
um,
I mean,
I
honestly,
got-
like in complete hindsight, when we were waiting in the, like at the credits, I'm like, what could the end credit scene possibly like, even be after that last end credit scene?
mhm.
I don't know, like what it would even be.
Well, I watched on the review I saw. I only watched one before I saw the movie.
Yeah.
It didn't have any spoilers, but it simply said mid-credit scene is amazing. Post-credit scene was in the trailer. So I was but however, I feel like you guys probably noticed this, but I am probably just thinking too much. There was a small thing that I got from the post-credit scene with the ant.
Yeah.
Before you see the ant, it pans across the room,
Mhm.
and the TV said, "Please stand by. This is not a test."
Yeah, it was the mid dusting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, what I'm getting from that is the world is going into chaos,
Yeah, pretty much.
and also because
Well,
for the most
50% of it's gone.
Well, yeah, like you
Well-
even saw in the post-credit scene of Infinity War with Nick Fury and like Maria Hill that like everybody's just like cars are going out, helicopters are falling from the sky, sort of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the world's already like going into chaos, and we saw.
Yeah,
that.
like one half dies, the other half will go into just an all-out war, probably.
Yeah.
Like
I think it would be more shock than war.
maybe.
Everybody's just trying to
I
survive.
don't know if I'd say
instead of go
war.
to war.
Well,
War?
not necessarily war, but fear is a really good motivator to do terrible things.
It's the purge.
What? Oh my! I was just gonna say that.
Um,
I was gonna
But-
be like, "What is this? The Purge?"
but at least we know that the ant who played the drums is not dead.
Yes.
I think what
Well,
I think
dusted.
I heard a theory that's like the Soul Stone would like look for the souls of people. So then the question is,
Yeah.
do ants have souls?
No.
Well,
Then
would say
ants
not.
wouldn't be dusted.
I thought it
Yeah.
was like just life in general.
I thought it was
'Cause all
like
Thanos said was
half of every
population.
being. And
What'd you
ants
say?
don't
Could be
really
it.
affect population.
Yeah. 'Cause
Well-
all I heard Thanos say, I think Thanos said population. So
Yeah.
I think it's just humans.
Maybe.
Or
Well,
not humans, but like beings with souls.
intelligent
Yeah.
life.
Well, what else is it being? Well, I guess yeah, aliens in this situation.
Well, like intelligent life.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, what makes life intelligent? And
A soul, I would say.
Well,
The soul-
just like
the
I don't know.
soul?
It's hard. It's hard to say because like I want to say like when a species can communicate,
Well,
then you have-
every
but then
species
you-
communicates.
but then you have something like Groot. Like for example, like
Yeah.
humans have a full out language. Dogs
Yeah.
dogs just bark.
They still communicate.
But do you think that Groot
Yeah.
would have a soul?
I think Groot has a soul.
Well, if going off that basis, yes, because he died.
He got dusted.
So yes,
We also didn't see any rhinos die in Infinity War.
there were no
you're right.
rhinos in Infinity War at all.
Yeah, they
though.
were at the Wakanda battle.
Mm-mm. I
Because
don't
remember,
think
someone was leaning up against the rhino, and I think Black Panther got dusted right next to a rhino.
Yeah.
No, he was standing next to Okoye.
Someone got dusted right next to a rhino.
I'm pretty sure I remember rhinos in Infinity War.
There were rhinos. Someone got
I-
dusted right next to him.
I clearly remember them in Black Panther. I'm gonna have to see Infinity War again. I've already seen
Yeah.
it 3
Sam,
times.
didn't you watch it like yesterday or like 2
Yes,
days
I watched it
ago?
last night.
Don't worry about it.
So why?
In my memory, I can see Black Panther trying to get Okoye to stand up, and they're standing next to a tree.
Hmm.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Get up. This is no place to die. As
Yeah.
he dies.
Yeah. Actually, one critique I have about Infinity War is,
Killmonger wasn't revived.
yes, but you know what? I'm trying my best to just not talk about that. Quite honestly, I almost wish there would have been a more scared and tragic reaction to the dusting. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's because
I-
like we're all in shock, like because like we're the heroes. We usually
I love
win.
that they cut. I love that they cut all like music. That
Yeah.
was cool.
But like so like for example Bucky calls out to Steve, and Steve turns around and watches his only like living friend from his childhood.
Yeah, no,
Well-
Sam's right. There were no rhinos.
Oh, rip.
I'm just wrong.
Oh.
My memory just
Um,
sucks.
Anyway, what I was getting at is
Our memory sucks.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers watches his only living childhood friend just turn into a pile of flakes. All he does is walk up and like put his hand on the ground.
Well, I think because of Steve Rogers, he had to cope with like everyone being dead, so he's kind of like conquered that in a way.
Okay, I guess so. Oh, then what I was gonna
He's
get
a
at
war veteran.
is on Titan. I kind of wish Tony Stark would have had a bit more of a reaction to Peter Parker.
Yeah, he kind of just
He was like
picked up
like,
his ashes and
yeah, I almost feel like this obviously isn't what happened, but like the way he moves and like moves his hands and leans over,
Wait, what?
I
I
almost
called Golds, but I called the set wrong.
I almost felt like Tony
Your
Stark
neckers.
was just being like, "Welp."
Yeah,
Look
pretty
at your
much.
percent. Only one off.
Oh darn! I didn't even notice. That's sad.
I think my critique of Infinity War would be Captain America didn't do much. I'm not saying like fighting wise, but more like Captain America stuff sort of thing. Like in
Well,
the
I
Infinity
think-
War comic, he like stands against Thanos, delivers this great speech. And he's like, yeah, and then
I-
Thanos just breaks his shield, and you're like, what?
I think they're trying to change the tone of Captain America a bit.
I think
But
they're
I like the tone of
saving-
Captain America.
I think all of the stuff that we wish happened in Infinity War, they were saving for Avengers 4.
Yeah, probably.
Like
Yeah.
for example, that you just mentioned.
Oh,
think-
the
I think-
asteroid vision that Tony had in Age of Ultron.
What?
Remember
Oh,
Tony's
yeah.
vision from Age of Ultron on the asteroid, where like they Cap shield's broken and everyone's dead.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
that-
probably
maybe that will
Avengers
be-
4.
Maybe that would
Rekka
be.
plays Neil Nectar? What?
it could be.
I
think-
think. Go ahead.
I think in Avengers 4, Cap will get his old shield.
Yes.
I think him and Tony Stark will definitely meet again, obviously.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And I think every hero that is in the movie will end up at the same spot at some point. Like I think that would just be so awesome that it's too good of an opportunity to miss.
Can we get like all of the Avengers and be like, everyone is here?
But like can you just imagine like obviously they're gonna bring back the dead ones. So like
Obviously.
they
They
bring
can't.
them back, and it's just a straight line. Every single one of them is standing there. Like that'd just be amazing.
Yes.
Like everyone from like Rocket to like Falcon,
I don't think many fans want to see Chris Pratt back in that screen, but
I'm over it. You know what? I don't even care, to be honest.
yeah. But I think we're gonna see Cap push to his limits in the next Avengers movie, though.
Meaning,
Like, well, obviously, you can see what Captain America can do.
Push
holding
to his
back-
limits. What is this, an anime?
Oh my.
like being. Like,
He must go beyond plus ultra.
well, holding back Thanos' hand. It's you kind of see how powerful Cap actually is. It makes you think, what else can this guy do? So it's like, I think we may see, I guess you could say, Cap's max power, in air quotes.
okay.
And this is to go even further beyond.
I think I don't know. I think you're probably right.
Because
Go beyond.
he's up there with the strongest Avengers. Most definitely.
to that.
I'd say list of people in the cinematic universe who could beat him right now would be Thor, Strange, Scarlet Witch.
Did you see
Yeah.
that meme of the people who can defeat Thanos with Infinity Gauntlet? And the number one
Without the
is
gauntlet.
yeah, and
What was
number
number one?
one is the iCarly person,
Gibby,
Evan or Neville.
Spencer,
Spencer. There
Neville.
Oh, I saw a meme. It said like 8 actors who could play Black Panther better than Chadwick Boseman, and the first one was Jerry Trainer.
we go.
So, and then you post that on Krabby Crust.
Yeah, follow my meme page, by the way.
Link in the description.
At Krabby Crust.
Excuse me.
Krabby Crust?
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said
No,
Quabby Crust.
Krabby
Fine.
Crust.
it's a W, not an
Krabby
R.
Crust. Are you happy now?
Here's a thought that my father gave to me.
Okay.
Your good father?
So you
Uh,
That's
are?
who he is.
My earthly father.
Oh.
Chris Evans said that he wants to direct instead of act soon.
Yeah.
So instead of killing off Captain America, what they will do is have Chris Evans start directing Marvel movies and just give Captain America really smaller like parts. So like Captain America won't necessarily die, but perhaps he retires or something.
Okay.
He's the end
Or
of the
or
game.
maybe he
Gets crippled.
maybe he like gets injured and can't fight or something.
Yeah, maybe he gets shot.
And maybe he'll become some type of like Professor X or like Nick Fury.
There's only one
Almost.
Professor X. That's
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart. Okay.
I think that
Um,
could very well happen. But I did not think Captain America would die in Infinity War, but I think there's a much higher chance of that happening in Avengers 4.
Did you guys see the leak name for Avengers 4?
But then they say that that's not correct.
It depends.
Yeah,
I've seen a handful. Which one are you?
I was talking about Endgame.
Didn't the Russo brothers say that that's not right?
I've heard that they. I heard
Yeah,
they
Just because
said-
did say
Doctor
that.
Strange said it doesn't mean it's
No,
cool.
a guy posted on
Yeah.
his one of the cinematographers posted the things that he's worked on, and he was a cinematographer for Avengers 4, and it said Avengers 4 Endgame, but the Russo
Yeah.
brothers told him to take it down because they specifically stated that that's not the title.
Well, I heard
I did hear that.
they said the title of 4 is not said in 3 at all.
Yeah.
I
So
heard
Secret Invasion is still on.
at
True.
what is it called? It's called like Cine Europe or something.
I don't know.
It's like a cinema festival in Europe, and
Okay.
Marvel was there, and apparently something leaked out, and Avengers 4 title is going to be Avengers, 2 words after that, the first word starting with an F, and the second word starting with an H.
I heard about that.
Final Hour?
is what I
So,
heard, yeah.
so I have heard Final Hour and Fallen Heroes. I think either of
Yeah.
those would be really cool.
Final Hour was the one I was
There's-
thinking on.
I think both of which would work with what has happened in Infinity War.
Yeah.
I think Final Hour could play with the idea of time travel if that happens.
It'd be cool.
But Fallen Heroes it's just another punch in the gut to have to remind you.
Yeah.
And
Can we get a confirmed kill count on all the dusted?
the kill count of that movie will be
The kill count is Spider-Man, the only one that matters.
The only
You're
one
right.
that the white girls care about, yeah. You're right.
back on the topic of Ant-Man and the Wasp, though. Back on Ant-Man. It's weird because I don't know, I was expecting before the post-credit or mid-credit scene started, I was expecting some form of what happened. But then the scene ended up being really long. Actually, it was like a couple minutes, maybe like just 1 minute. I don't know, but it was long. So close to the end of it, I was starting to think, okay, this isn't what I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking this is going to end and I'm going to be let down because it's not going to be Infinity War.
Yeah.
But then it was. And everyone in the theater kind of was like, oh,
Yeah.
And what I thought was like, were you really not expecting that? Like, of course I said, oh, too, but like,
I mean, but
I did
You
not
gotta
say.
think-
I just kind of sat there and was like, "Yeah, there it is."
but the idea, I think the main part is not so much surprise, but it's like, I sit through this really fun movie, and then you just have to remind me how tragic that last movie was.
Yep.
Like right when I'm remembering right when I'm remembering the happy part of Marvel, the happy side, the terrible, sad, tragic side just spills over.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but
When I was remembering
It is
It
quite the
Takes
gut
Two,
punch.
but then another one bites the dust comes in.
yeah. Speaking of which, It Takes Two wasn't even in the movie.
I know, right?
Sure wasn't.
I was actually
kinda
very disappointed.
That's such a good song, and it wasn't in the movie.
Like even like Thor Ragnarok used Immigrant Song, and that was like the best scene in the entire movie.
Do you mean
They-
the final battle or the
Yeah,
one
the
with
final.
the first time? Because
The
they
one
play
where
the
he's
song
jumping
twice.
with all the lightning and all the soldiers, and it starts like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the one song that he was like doing karaoke to in the beginning? Because that was a good song. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
The only
I'll let-
karaoke song I can remember is the one Jake Peralta sang with
Doug
Judy.
Judy.
It's like Scott Lang has 3 days left, so he's just trying to waste time, and he's like playing like Sing It or like has a karaoke machine or something.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
An electric drum set.
That
How'd
too.
you do that?
I love when he walks
that
into
was-
his office and he's practicing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he walks into the FBI guy's office and he's on like close up hand magic university or whatever.
Yeah.
So did we get whoever the mob guys were working for?
What do you mean the mob guys like Sonny Birch?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think they were working for Sonny Birch.
Yeah, I know, but Sonny was working for someone to get that tech.
Oh,
I don't think they ever said.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
didn't
never
say-
said
I heard
anything.
I heard some theories it was Justin Hammer.
well, actually,
We don't want
that's
to
funny.
talk about that.
That's funny because
I went to my Bert.
Rip.
that's funny because I was talking with my dad
I would
and
cry.
we were talking about how much he reminded us of Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Cause he's he's pretty much the same character with a southern drawl.
Mhm. Who else tech person?
And doesn't hire crappy Russians.
Obadiah Stane is
That
dead.
can't tell the difference between a
Yeah, I
shot
think
and
it-
truth sheet.
Oh my.
It's true, Sue. It's not true, Sue.
Do you think that who he was working for will be revealed, or do you think it like won't matter?
I don't think
think
it'll
it-
really matter.
I don't think it'll matter. Maybe if they do something with that, maybe in Ant-Man 3.
Unless maybe Asian Jim is really Mr. Negative or whatever.
Maybe.
Hopefully. I would love
here's-
that.
Here's
Your
a
youth
question.
pastor is actually Mr. Negative.
Well,
Yes.
Here's a question.
Also, you
Um,
bastard.
they,
that was
they
the
would-
best joke.
I love that.
they would not do Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then call it Ant-Man 3. So potential title: do you
Ant-Man
think?
and the Wasp and Mr. Negative.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp and Ant-Man and the Wasp, because it will be Scott Lang, Hope Van Dyne, Hank Pym, and Janet Van
Yeah.
Dyne.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, it
Ant-Man
takes
and the
two.
Wasp squared.
It takes 4.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and the Wasp squared.
Ant-Man, this time
Ant-Man
it's
squads
personal.
up.
Ant-Man, this time it's personal.
The Ant Squad.
Wait, here's a question. I don't know if this is a
Step up
dumb
two.
question.
Ant-Man
Ant-Man
edition.
shows us his best Fortnite dances.
Okay, wait. Here's like something that might be a stupid question. why is Hank's last name Pym, but Janet and Hope's last name is Van Dyne?
They just kept their last names, and
yeah,
the
they
girl
probably
went
kept
after her
their-
mom because she missed her mom. Because even in the comics, it's always Janet Van Dyne. It's not Janet Pym. It's always
Yeah.
Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah.
When
Probably
they got
because he slapped his wife.
did she just not take the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's a strong, independent woman, Sam.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, but here's the thing. She's coming back in like 2018. However, she's been gone for so long, she might not know what that's like.
Do you think Janet Van Dyne will have powers from the quantum realm?
She does, right?
She sort of did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know like what kind?
It by the looks of it, it was like some sort of like releasing of energy.
Mm-hmm. But that was
Or, like-
because
like
Ghost was
quantum
affected by
powers.
quantum energy.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe maybe she can only do that to people who have the same kind of energy.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe she's just a healer in general.
I would
Yep.
think that she
She
would
has like
return.
just life-giving powers, you know?
Yeah, like in the comics, the Wasp has stings that aren't from the suit. So I think she would return to being the Wasp, and her stings would be the quantum powers.
Maybe. So if Janet Van Dyne becomes the Wasp, will Hope Van Dyne become like the butterfly?
The butterfly.
She'll
It would
become
probably
like
be like it would probably be like a new character, or like
How we
because
had
we
this
do
dilemma
we
before.
still like Ant-Man goes through like a lot of variations. There's like Ant-Man, there's Giant Man, there's Yellow Jacket.
Mhm.
I
I
feel
was
like, I feel like this has happened before. Where we've had two characters with the same name.
Well, that's happened on multiple occasions.
Where in the MCU, where we had this thing where it's like the Janet Van Dyne like situation. I feel like this happened before. I don't know, maybe this is a weird deja vu.
like two characters who have been the same, like had the same alias.
Yeah, and they had to like change it somehow.
Hmm.
I can't think of it though.
The closest thing I can think of, but I know it's not it,
Yeah.
is Bruce Banner and Thunderbolt Ross were both a Hulk, some kind of a Hulk.
No,
It's
it's
not
not
that,
it.
Caleb.
Good. Post in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Or post in the comments if what I'm talking about doesn't exist.
Yeah, those people from Omegle.
Why?
You know?
Hmm. I was kind of hoping that
Maybe they'll make a new character like they did with Hope. It's like maybe
maybe I was hoping that
B.
Ha, hoping. I get it. It's fun.
oh then yeah, not intended.
You
I
should have
was-
said intended, and you'd be all smart.
I
Yeah.
was wanting Goliath like to make an appearance, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like I was hoping that
Mm-hmm.
Ant-Man and Goliath would maybe face off. I mean that wouldn't have made any sense since Bill
It's
was
another
more of
and
a
that's
good guy.
fourth villain, yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think we're going to get the originals? Like, are we going to get Hank Pym, Ant-Man, Bill Foster, Goliath?
Like
Do
a
you think we're
prequel?
gonna get those people?
Ant-Man 3, the prequel.
Maybe Ant-Man 3 like will focus less on Hope and Scott.
Do you think they will make appearances in Captain Marvel because that takes place in the 60s?
That'd be cool.
And we know that
You-
Nick Fury is
90s?
going to be there.
90s, you mean?
Yeah, 90s.
Oh, you're right, 90s.
They
I'm
they
sorry.
definitely could. That would be a really cool thing that I bet nobody would really be expecting.
Yeah.
Wait, no, not actually no. Didn't Hank Pym leave before that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
No
he
idea.
did. He did. I think he left before that.
Oh.
So that means
Hmm.
Bill Foster. Wait,
Here's a question. So Samuel L. Jackson will be in Captain Marvel,
yes.
and they're gonna use that CGI to make him younger,
Mhm.
which I'm actually not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
But
I kind of liked young Tony Stark.
but anyway, he's gonna have two eyes in the movie.
Ooh.
Do you think we will see Nick Fury with an afro,
It's very possible.
Yes.
I'm literally praying.
Quite
That
possible.
Maybe.
This is the night. It will be the 90s.
Do you think Samuel Jackson's gonna go back to his Pulp Fiction days?
I hope so.
Maybe. Oh, here's something cool. There was a picture on Samuel L. Jackson's Instagram, and it was something about him like on set for Captain Marvel, and his face was getting covered in this like green stuff.
Oh,
Possible Nick Fury is a Skrull.
Please.
yeah. I wouldn't want Nick Fury to be a Skrull. I would want like someone close to Fury.
Captain America.
Well,
Agent Coulson is coming back, boys.
Gross.
he is actually, which
I
I'm
want
excited
Agent
about.
Coulson to be a Skrull. Someone like Agent Coulson or Maria Hill.
Well, I don't necessarily I don't think it has to be Nick Fury is
It
a
could
Skrull.
be-
So like, but I think it could be the actual Nick Fury is in the movie.
Yeah.
And then, like halfway through the movie, it switched out or something.
That's how he lost an eye.
Yeah.
Like in Captain America: Winter Soldier. The last time I tried.
Last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye. Well, only time will tell. When does that movie come?
I don't know.
Is it like
I-
this fall?
I don't
Is
know
it
why.
Either this fall or this winter.
I'm feeling either in my head. I'm thinking November. Or March. I don't know why.
I think it's November.
Here, let me look it up. Let's see, Captain Marvel. Oh, it comes out next year.
Oh.
March
Some-
8th, 2019.
Oh, March. Man, that's so long.
I think they're only doing 3 movies a year.
Well, here's
Hold up. Was Black Panther this year?
Yeah.
yes. It was February. Here's
So
here's
Black
the
Panther, Avengers, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
here's a question then. Now that Ant-Man and the Wasp is out and we have several months until Captain Marvel, how long until we see some actual solid evidence of stuff from Avengers 4?
Probably San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, really.
Aren't they not
Yeah.
going to be there though?
Are they not?
I know there's some sort of Comic-Con and it's like a big deal that Marvel's not going to be there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's San Diego specifically. Well,
San Diego is the big con, so they probably will be there.
When is D23?
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah, they're-
primarily
they're gonna
that's
be there.
only Disney, right?
Well, Marvel is Disney.
Yeah, I know, but D23
Marvel Con.
is Marvel would have to be a D23 because that's just an enormous Disney factor that wouldn't be there, you know.
Yes.
I think Marvel is going to be at San Diego, but it's only just Marvel.
Oh.
I just think we should wrap this podcast up.
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah.
So to finish up, I was
Wait,
gonna
actually,
ask,
I wanted to talk about something else. Sam,
Okay.
have you watched Incredibles 2 yet?
I need to leave.
you know what? I don't want to hear it. I still have not.
Okay, then that's
Oh.
fine. Then we'll
All
still
that.
talk about it.
Were you gonna legitimately ask a question, or was that just a sly to get me to
No,
watch?
I actually wanted to talk about it because I
Oh.
rewatched it today.
Okay. You know
And
what?
just like we'll
I'm
be
gonna-
really light. So
I'm gonna try to see it, and let's make that a podcast for another day.
okay.
But I was gonna ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many Tavian's grandmas would you rate Ant-Man and the Wasp?
6.
7.
Solid 6.
A solid 7.
I don't know if I feel comfortable answering this.
I would give it. I would probably give it an 8. Honestly, I think I enjoyed it. I would say
I bet Bella would give it an 8 too.
Oh
Top-
my. We're not going into this.
I'd say not quite top 5 Marvel.
Well, Bella
But-
hates it because
but close.
Hawkeye's not in it.
Oof.
Right.
Anyway, Tavian, are you sure you don't want to answer?
I think an 8 for me would be like
I
Can we honest-
mean,
Can we honestly
Yeah,
all just
Panther.
agree that like Tavian is really not a part of this podcast?
as an
He is.
unbiased
Said like nothing this whole time.
family
He's,
friend,
butt of all our jokes.
I would say 7.5.
7.5.
Okay.
This is coming from someone who's not really into Ant-Man.
To stay right between Nathaniel and Sam. 7.5.
I actually really like Ant-Man. And I'm also a big fan of Paul Rudd.
And I didn't,
Same.
to be honest, I didn't even bother going to see the first movie because I'm like, does Ant-Man really matter in this movie?
Yes,
Like,
Ant-Man
in-
matters.
Yes!
Well, now,
Movie's
yeah, I
amazing.
understand that now.
Oh wait,
Tavian,
I was like-
I actually wanted to talk.
Tavian,
I
Marvel
was
Studios
so
is not gonna,
hyped.
Marvel Studios
Yeah.
is not going to make a movie that doesn't matter.
Dude, I was so
Yeah, but I
hyped
was
when
like-
Ant-Man got announced.
Well, see,
Ant-Man was
because
cool, but the one thing I like about Ant-Man is the creative ways they use. Because I saw a video on how DC and how DC's powers is just punching someone or punching someone harder, sort of,
yeah,
Punch it
and how
really
like Marvel
hard.
kind of stays that. And I was looking through that through Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I like the way like they use the shrinking to their advantage to like
Mhm.
dodge attacks, to do all this.
see,
Yeah, it's like, but Marvel, like DC is sort of at a disadvantage because Marvel has household names like Rocket and Groot, and
Stan Lee.
and DC had to work with nobodies like Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, they're not really nobodies. They were the first
I'm
superheroes.
so confused.
It was a joke.
I can tell. I hate Sam's sarcasm. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
so
sarcasm.
it's hard to read.
That's like that's
Like,
not
you
even
couldn't read that?
sarcasm. That's the least true thing I've ever said in my life.
I mean, to give some like backstory here, today Sam's like, "Hey, we should go swim at Hannah's," and like seemed like really into it. And we're like, "We can do that." And he goes, "Yeah." And like 2 hours later, he's like, "So we doing this?" He's like, "Oh no, I was joking." Like what?
Well, the idea of it was something I wanted to do, but
Well, no one knows
the
that.
idea of following through was no.
Okay, then.
But what I'm getting to with that is, for you to have big names like Batman and Superman and the movies suck, the movies are
what?
just
Dark
bad.
Knight didn't suck.
Like you have no excuse. Yeah,
Well,
but
Batman vs Superman did.
Batman v Superman had
Tell
more.
me, do your
That's
please.
just had Batfleck.
Batman v Superman had more potential
Do you
than
like
probably any
Batfleck?
superhero movie.
I don't
Okay.
like Batfleck.
I could live with it, but I'm really not a fan.
The only reason why I'm with the majority on this one is that they made up at the end, and it wasn't like an actual brawl.
I still hate that movie.
It was not a good movie.
Why did you say that name, Caleb?
I
didn't see it. You mean
honestly,
Belichick.
uh, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is okay.
Sam
I don't
Shaw?
really-
Why did you say that name?
I don't really like the character Batman even that
It's like
much at
whenever you
all.
guys say Bacon.
See,
Why
I
did
was
you-
see,
Why did you say-
like I'm someone who's grown up on Batman, so it's like I kind of have an emotional attachment to Batman in a way.
Yeah.
But it's like in terms of movies, it's kind of just like an all-out brawl with DC. But with Marvel, you can see like an Infinity War. They didn't just beat the aliens in Scotland because they were strong humans. They beat them because they were smart about it, and they used the alien tech against them.
Yeah.
hmm And the biggest issue with the DCEU is they're rushing an extended universe to catch up with Marvel.
Yeah.
But with Marvel, like for example, Batman v Superman was the second movie in their cinematic universe. Civil War, which is the same concept for the most part, it took like 10 movies.
Yeah.
So it takes characters that you care about and forces you to pick a side and or just sit back and watch them kill each other, pretty much.
Oh, do you know what? I just thought of a new podcast topic.
Shoot.
We should talk about the superhero cartoons that we grew
Like
up
Marvel
with.
Disc Wars.
That's
What
not
are you
bad.
talking
That's an anime.
Wait, what?
well-
That's not a cartoon. Like Batman the Animated Series, Iron Man Armored Adventures. I mentioned Iron Man Armored Adventures because Ghost
Spectacular
did that.
Spider-Man.
Spectacular Spider-Man, Young Justice, all
Does the
those
Phantom count?
DCAU.
Justice League.
No. Well, okay, it can. Justice League,
Sounds
Batman Beyond. Oh, I love it. Static Shock.
Ooh,
Sounds good.
Yes.
Static Shock.
like a good
But
idea.
that'll be next podcast.
Yes. Well, thank you all very much for listening to the textbook.
Happy
hope you
4th of
enjoyed.
July for everyone out there. Late 4th of July.
If
Happy
you live in
late.
yes,
Day.
If you live in America, happy Independence Day. If you don't live in America, what the heck? I mean, it's
Why are
awesome.
you listening to our podcast?
Just
Yeah, like-
remember, history began on July 4th, 1776. Everything
Just-
before that was a mistake.
Just remember.
Look, a clock.
History-
We don't have that in America.
Just remember. History began on September 11th. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Well, Sam, come on. The
Okay.
Core 4 podcast does not reflect the views of Shamsha.
Yes, it does. He
Wait.
created the views.
Wait a minute. What, Tivian?
No. Wait,
Sam
okay.
Shaw does not reflect the views of our podcast.
Okay.
You have that backwards, Caleb.
No, I
Okay.
said. What?
Thanks again.
You said the
Thanks.
Core 4 podcast does not reflect the views of Sam Shaw.
Yeah, isn't that not correct?
No,
No, that's not
Sam
correct.
Shaw's
Wow.
views don't reflect the views of the Core 4 podcast.
Guys, we do not know what we're
okay.
talking about. Thank you again so much
Still
for listening.
confused.
All right, next, stay tuned for our guest, our 8th grade civics teacher at our high school, Mr.
Wait,
J.
don't both of those ways mean
Wait,
the
what?
same thing?
No,
What?
All right.
wait. You said the views of the Core 4. Whatever. Do you know what? I don't care.
Like,
I
don't they
don't
mean the
care.
same thing?
I don't care. I
No.
don't care. I don't care. I don't
What do you
care.
mean they don't mean?
Sam, end it. End it now.
Can you two get a room or something?
So confused.
Oh,
Those
wait,
both mean
last
the
week.
same thing.
Thank you again for listening, and we'll catch you later.